Hello friends, welcome to Idiot's Diary. My name is Mahesh Chitlani and in this video we will discuss all about tables in HTML. So first of all you want to know that what is the table. So table is a structure in which data is arranged in row and column format. In this format, horizontal line represents rows as well as vertical lines represent columns, and the intersection of rows and columns creates a cell. As you can see in the figure shown on your screen, there are three columns marked with name, email and phone number. Each column represents a single unit of information, whereas each row in the table represents the information about a person. In this way, this table represents the information of three persons. The next topic is tags, which is used to create table. As you can see on your screen, there are various tags listed which are used to create table. First tag is table. Second tag is TR, stands for table row. It is used to create a row in a table. The third tag is TD, which stands for table data and used to create a column in a table. Fourth tag is TH, which stands for table heading and used to create a column similar to the TD. Rest three tags thead, tbody and tfoot are used to organize table logically. Thead is the collection of the rows which should be shown on the top of the table. In the similar manner, tfoot is the collection of the rows which should be shown on the bottom of the table, and tbody is the collection of the rows which can be shown between the table header and table footer. Let's create an example to understand tables in depth. So I am ready with my editor and basic HTML template. As you can see on your screen that on the right hand side I have already created a table with some numbers. This is the table that we want to create, means we want to generate this kind of output. So keep in mind this table and let's start creating a table. Because table is created by using a table tag, so we start with table tag. Table tag has an attribute border, and here we mention border equal to 1 pixel, which creates a table with 1 pixel border. This is an optional attribute. If you do not write this attribute, then there is no border in the table, but the content is organized in tabular structure. In this example, we mention the border attribute because it is easy to understand that a table is created on your screen. The next tag is tr tag. Tr tag is used to create table row. As you can see on the top right corner of the window that we want to create a first row with three columns 1, 2 and 3. So I have created a table row tr, and within tr I write td for 3 times because I want to create 3 columns. First column should contain 1, so I have mentioned 1 between first td, 2 in second td and 3 in third td. In the similar manner we can create the other 2 rows. So here we are ready with our example. Let's run this example to check the output. As you can see, the 3 by 3 table is generated in output with the numbers what you have written for a specific column. But this table occupy very less space of the screen. This is because by default each TD occupy the space what it requires. So here the space required by each TD is very low, so the width of the table is very less. If you want to increase the width of the table, then you can use the next attribute of the table, that is width. So we increase the width of the table by using the attribute width equal to 50%. Now let's switch to the browser to check the output. As you can see on the output window that this time table covers 50% width of the available screen. One more thing we want to add in this example is that how to use th columns. To see the uses of th column, we create a new row on the top of the table by using tr tag, and in the tr tag we have created 3 columns with th tag, and in the first column we mention column 1, in the second column we mention column 2, and in the third column we mention column 3. Now switch to the browser to check the output, and let's see what's the difference between td and ts tags. If you switch to the browser and reload the screen, then you can see the output. If you observe this output, you can easily understand the difference between td and th. td columns are generally left aligned and th are center aligned, whereas th columns are also marked as bold, td are not. So this is the difference between td and th type of columns. The next thing is attributes of table. The first attribute of table is align, which is used to align the table in left, center and right. Let's check this attribute with our example. We are back with our previous example, and in the table tag we use align attribute and align the table center. According to this attribute, our table should be aligned in center. So let's check the output. You can see in the output that table is aligned in center. Next attribute is bg color. bg color is used to define the background color of the table. Next two attributes are cell padding and cell spacing. We will discuss these two attributes practically in our example. So let's move to our example. In this example, to check the bg color, we provide the attribute bg color with red and check the output to see the difference. As you can see in the output, the table background is changed with red color. Again, switch back to our example. Now we use an attribute cell spacing equals to 10 pixel. This attribute is used to increase the spacing between two cells. Let's check the output to understand what happens. As you can see in the output that the spacing of two cells are increased with 10 pixel. Next attribute is cell padding, and this time we provide the cell padding 20 pixel to see the difference clearly. Save this program and check the output on the browser. Now reload the program on the screen. You can see this time the spacing between the content and the border of the cell is increased with 20 pixel. So this spacing is called cell padding. Once more, you can understand the difference between cell padding and cell spacing by the figure shown on your screen. In this figure, blue arrow indicates cell spacing, whereas red arrow indicates cell padding. Next topic is rowspan and colspan. Rowspan and colspan are two attributes that can be applied on td or th. Colspan is used to merge two or more columns of a row, whereas rowspan is used to merge two or more rows of a column. Let's check the impact of these two attributes on table with an example. To understand the rowspan and colspan, we have used the example of 3 by 3 table that we have created in our previous example. Now suppose we want to merge these two columns 1 and 2. So to merge these two columns, in the first td I write colspan equal to 2. In this way, this merge two columns and make a single column equivalent to two columns. To make the symmetry of 3 by 3 table, here I removed the second td because this td will be equivalent to two columns and this will be third. So the symmetry of 3 by 3 will be maintained. To understand clearly, I change the content of first td with 1 and 2 merged. Save and run this example to check the output. As you can see, the result is simply cleared. The first two columns of first row are merged. In the similar manner, we can use rowspan to merge two rows of a single column. This time, suppose we want to merge 6 and 9 column to a single column. So let's switch the window and try to merge with rowspan. Now this time suppose we want to merge 6 and 9 and make these two columns into a single column. So let's switch the window and try with rowspan. So this time move your cursor to the column with 6 and use rowspan equal to 2 to merge 6 and 9. To see the clear output, we change the content 6 9 merged. As well as we need to remove 9 from the third row because this time second row covers the third row third column. On the output window, just reload the window to check the output, and now you can clearly see that these two rows are merged. In this way, we can easily create any type of structure in table by using rowspan and colspan. Let's create one more example to understand the concept more clearly. As you can see on your screen that the screen is divided into two sections. The left section shows a figure what we want to create and right section shows the editor. So we will see the figure and try to create by using the table in the editor on the same time. So before creating the HTML, you need to figure out that how many rows and columns are there in the shown figure. If you observe carefully, you found that there are 4 rows and 4 columns. So after figuring out, you need to start coding. As you can see in the editor that I have already written the table tag with border and width attribute. So now start creating the table shown in the figure. First start with first row, so we write tr tag, and you can see that first row is the combination of 4 columns 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in the first td we write 1 and use the attribute colspan equals to 4. In this way we achieve a row equivalent to the 4 column. Now move to the second row. We create a new row using tr tag. In this row we can see the first td is 2. So we create a td and write 2. Now move to the second column of second row. If you observe carefully, you can easily see that this column is the combination of 2 columns as well as 2 rows. So to create this column, we create a td with the attribute colspan 2 and rowspan 2 and write the content 3 between the td. And finally we move to the last column of the row, that is 4. So we create simply a column by using td and write 4. Next we move to the third row. To create third row, we use tr tag, and as you can see, the first column of third row is 5. So we create a column using td with 5. Now move to the next column of third row. As you can see, this column is already occupied by above column that we have already created. So no need to create this column. Last column of the third row is 6. You can easily figure out that this column is the combination of two rows. So we create a column td with attribute rowspan equal to 2 with 6. And finally we move to the last row by creating tr tag. In this row you can easily see that 3 columns are created, 7, 8 and 9. So we create 3 simple columns, 7, 8 and 9. As you can see in the figure, that last column is already occupied by the above column, so don't need to create. So in this way we can create and achieve this kind of output. Let's check the output by running this example in the browser. As you can see on the browser, the same output is generated as we have drawn in the figure. So in this way you can create any type of complicated structure by using tables. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. If you have any queries related to this video, then you can comment on this video and ask your queries.